Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MLB The Show 18 and the Jason Parham Road to the Show. I'm Tyrant Saber, and for the first time, we are live with a YouTube audience. So, welcome everybody. Thanks for showing up. We are ready for spring training with Mr. Jason Parham. And I think before we get into the games, I think it's probably a good idea if we go ahead and show you kind of the maneuvers that have happened over the offseason. Starting with the lineups, as you can see, we got Cesar Hernandez from the New York Yankees in the offseason. I believe I was a little mistaken before. He wound up... It looks like he is just now in free agency, so he had been traded to the Yankees. He didn't take the pinstripe money. We got Adam Eaton from last year, Mason Ibarra, Michael Conforto. David Peralta, I believe, is new. Came to us from Baltimore in the offseason. Kyle Seager came back, Brandon Nimmo. We acquired JT Realmuto, and we got Ahmed Rosario, along with Eugenio Suarez, Gavin Cecchini, Jake Marisnick, and a whole bunch of other folks on the bench who, many of them are probably going to go to the minors later on. Bo, the stream is going to be over, you know, when it's over. I think I'm going to try to stream until spring training is over, which may or may not work out for me, but we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, we got Jacob deGrom. It returns as our ace on the mound. We appear to have lost James Paxton in the offseason, so now Jason Parham is the Mets' #2 starter, fresh with that full beard. We got Steven Matz as our #3, Robert Gsellman as #4, and Alex Cobb, acquired from the San Francisco Giants, is our #5 starter. And again, we got a whole bunch of bullpen pitchers from the minors that we might keep on the roster. We might send back down. It's going to depend on kind of how they behave. I could tell you, I could look at transactions, but the thing about that is, MLB The Show 18 is kind of dumb, so it only tracks like the last, month or so worth of transactions. Or, like, if there's a big bunch of them, it pushes a whole bunch of the earlier ones off the board. So, yeah. It might well be running when you get back, Bo. It's going to depend on how long the movie is. But, yeah. So, we are in the off-season where we got spring training just starting up. Looks like we'll be starting out on February the 24th. Against the St. Louis Cardinals, and I think we should probably get into it. Misbehavior, welcome, thank you.
Spring training has come again, and major leaguers begin the process of readying themselves for the challenges of another long season.
Work on this spring. I think I want to do break, because one of the things I really want to work on this year is getting Jason's pitches better. Because it's not going to do us to get a 5th pitch that sucks just as much of it as his other 4. You know, if you know what I mean. Okay, so yeah, I can look at the Orioles roster. So we got what looks to be a regen: Kevin Lane, Whit Merrifield, Trey Mancini, Justin Upton, Derek Dietrich from the Marlins, I think. Justin Upton from the Angels. Tim Beckham. Kevin Pillar from the Blue Jays. Avisail Garcia from the White Sox. Andrew Susac. Danny Echeverria. David Ramirez, who I guess is a potential second baseman. So... we just started, Ant. Welcome. And, that's all them. And then for their pitching rotation, we got Dylan Bundy, we got Derek Lewis, Kevin Gausman, Frank Allen, and Andrew Heaney. I'll be honest, I don't know the Orioles roster quite as well as I know some of the National League ones. I have not heard from Pizza since Wednesday night, so I'm not sure how he's doing, so I hope he drops in. I hope he lets us know he's okay. But in the meantime, we're just gonna get with it. All right, so we are actually gonna have our first appearance be a relief appearance against the Atlanta Braves. So let's go ahead and get out there. We remember how this worked out last time, right?
Jason Parham will come out now and make his first appearance of the spring.
Jason Parham.
He's not dropping his glove anymore this year. That's one of the things I hate most about the reliever animations is when they just, oh, drop my glove.
Digging in to try it again, Corey Dickerson, Silver Slugger recipient for National League outfielders a year ago.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
A ball and no strikes. Mm, 2-0.
Umpire doing me no favors today.
The 2-0 on the way. 3-0 now.
That's a good pitch to lay off right there. That cutter inside. And that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood
in previous
and a broken bat.
Spring trainings,
to the Braves left fielder.
I haven't had the opportunity to learn anything, so I don't know. I don't think we're going to get the chance to learn a slider in the spring training session.
The 3-1.
Grim, how you doing?
Strike for a full count.
Glad to have you here.
You know, from an offensive standpoint, they already knew they had their work cut out for them.
All right, we got plenty of showtime because we're still technically a starting pitcher, so let's go ahead and use some. Drop that low outside corner.
Swing and a miss, and they'll come all the way back from 3-0 to punch him out. One away.
It looked like this at bat had the makings of a leadoff walk when it started 3-0. So that's a good job not to give in and battle back to earn the strikeout. That's not always easy to do.
Spring training is a little weird because they have the starters pitch a couple innings in their off days.
For Atlanta, right fielder, Lincoln.
Nick, K per 9 stands for strikeouts per 9 innings. In the context of this game, it means how good you are at getting people to swing and miss at your pitches.
Cheney, the former Yankee,
Landon, how you doing? Welcome to the stream.
In the middle of last season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a one-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that multi-year he's been looking for come offseason.
Bases are empty, one man out.
Let her rip, let her rip.
And that misses. 2-1.
Drive it right here.
Here you go right now, fellas.
Now the 2-1 pitch is taken for strike 2.
Good pitch right there from the reliever.
Chris, welcome
back.
back.
For hitters to do much with pitches.
Yes, Jason.
In that location,
he's here. He's got a beard.
Looking for it.
Go aggressive with that showtime and drop that curveball inside.
Line toward the gap in left center. And
Nice
that's
and
into
golfed.
the outfield for a one-out base hit. And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ozzie Albies. He worked a walk and came around to score in his first
And before
trip
anybody is asking, I'm not tracking the stats too much in spring training because they really don't matter.
He's set, and the pitch. Fouled off.
This is the tough guy right here to hit into a double
Yep,
play.
whenever you strike somebody out with a
the
pitch,
left
it
side,
increases
so
your break
out of the
points,
box,
and
he's
whenever
gonna
you
get
allow a
good break.
hit on a
might have to
pitch,
try to get
you
the
lose
strikeout
break
right here
points.
because very
So
rarely
it's kind of a
are you going to get this guy to ground into a double play.
risk-reward kind of system.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Looks at a changeup right over the middle.
Changeup.
Oh, that's for
Glad
sure going to be a
yard.
pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Line drive to center field.
Here we go again, man.
Base hit.
I was kind of hoping that curveball would be working today, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
Ready for another chance. Chris Cortez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch on its way. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Hey, when you're in a tough spot right there, that's an excellent job by the pitcher to get ahead 0-1. He has now got this offensive player on the defensive.
Hit on the ground toward the left. And that's through into left, a base hit.
On a run.
The runner scores from second.
I think we got to shake off a little of that golfing rust.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Johan Camargo, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
Like you can, come on.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And the changeup is way low that time.
Well, you know, giving up 3 straight hits is bad enough, but now it looks like he's starting to nibble a little bit. It's hard not to when you're getting hit, but you don't want to put yourself in bad counts.
Here it comes, 1-0. Little on the line, but it gets fouled.
I don't think he's going to triple up on changeup right there. He seemed to have gotten the timing down on that second one.
Grounded baseline. And that's a fair ball as
I'm not
it's through
sure
into
who's
right
manning
field.
the bases right now, but they're
And
not
that'll
doing so
score
good.
the tying run. We're back to even 4 apiece.
Hey, with that base hit right there, D-Row, that's his 3rd RBI, and it ties things up.
Yeah, 100%. He's had a great
Either that or
approach
the
all game.
Braves are just
Tied the ball game up
getting
with his
crazy.
3rd RBI knock, and he's looking for more.
Get a good pitch right here. Here we go.
In now, Sean Newcomb, as he'll take a look at ball 1. And he's got runners at the corners here
All right,
with only
Jay,
one
let's
gun.
go.
That's 32, huh? Hey, see it. Drive it. Let's go, big dog.
Who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike. 4 runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. 2 balls and a strike.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone, and with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
Lifted in the air to straightaway center.
And that's going to be a sac
Catch
fly.
made in center. Here comes the runner from third. And they will take the lead as he's safe at the plate, and it's now a 5-4 game.
That was a good controlled
We're
swing
going to
out
make
of
a
him
push,
there.
but if the
And
fielding
that's
is like this
exactly
for the
what he
rest
was
of the
hoping to
season,
do.
it's never going to
Get it
happen.
into the outfield and pick up the RBI.
First offering on its way. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. 3 runs already.
And consequently, if Jason continues to pitch like this, it's never going to happen.
A ball and a strike now to the Atlanta leadoff man.
Hey, let it fly up there, huh?
Graham, all you missed was, I think, a
Wisely lays off
sac
the cut
fly.
fastball
So.
there. It's 2-1.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the task at hand. And right now, he needs to think about this hitter.
Dansby Swanson would be next. Full count to Ender Inciarte. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Full count with 2 outs now. So if he could put the ball in the gap.
All right.
First will be in motion.
Swing and a miss.
Strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit. As
well, that wasn't a great first outing.
So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The Braves on top, 5-4.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Mets, number 50.
Yeah, might have to work on that curve a little more.
Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this win.
A 1-run finish today, 5-4, the final score.
Yeah, and
Atlanta
they couldn't get it back
took the lead
either.
in the 4th and held on
shame.
until the end.
All right, now we get to start a game.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today it's Grapefruit League action between the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to our spring training coverage on MLB Network.
New York Mets.
Here's the defensive alignment for the New York Metropolitans. And this team, they're not going to be moving around as much as some of the new age teams. The shifting and moving the third baseman over second base and the right fielder to play third base. This is going to be your stationary team, trusting pitchers to execute pitches.
So digging in now, Tommy Pham. And we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Center field.
All right, let's try this again. See if we can't get a couple guys out.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Crowd still filing in this afternoon as the game's first pitch is taken for ball 1.
Hey, get your pitch up there.
Pham with an even 1-1 count now. Lots of sunshine in the forecast. 83 degrees here at first pitch.
Hello, Miss Bliss. Welcome.
There you go.
Thanks for dropping in.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way. That gets down, and he's got
4,000. Welcome
himself
back.
a base hit.
Thanks for dropping in.
So the inning's underway with the Cardinals getting their leadoff hitter on base.
Outside of home runs, nothing fires me up more.
It's the same reason that the Yankees don't sign the best player at every position. They have to start paying a tax on
baseball. That's exactly what happened right there.
They have to start
and when
paying
we
like
say
a surcharge
inside half of the baseball,
to the
imagine
league
the ball coming to a complete stop halfway
the
between
salaries
home
that they
plate
pay
and the
over a
pitcher's
certain
mound,
level.
and then cutting that baseball in half and highlighting the inside half. That's where you're trying to take the knob of your bat or the hands to that spot and carve the inside half of the baseball with power.
Come on, big guy. See it. Drive it right here.
Also, I'm pretty sure that the Mets couldn't afford the best players at every position.
Hey, we got nobody.
0-2 the count to Jose Martinez.
The guy on the mound must have a different scouting report than we have right here. This looks like a beautiful situation for a double play right here, but he continues to pound up in the zone.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Hit high and deep out to straightaway.
It's not going to be a meatball day today.
Looking up, a leap at the wall, but forget it. It's gone. A home run.
First inning. Here we go.
It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left as the Redbirds have taken a 2-0 lead.
You missed it the other day, 4000. Meatball won the AA Eastern League Championship with his Flying Squirrels.
As we take a look at the pitch location here, you can see that the pitch wasn't even in the strike zone, but clearly that didn't matter.
Batting third, second baseman.
How am I supposed to... I mean, that guy, I put that curveball outside the zone, and he's still dingered off of it. How am I supposed to do anything with that?
Hey, see it. Drive it like you can. Let's go.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now.
That's up. That's up.
Popped him up. Ibarra moving to his left. Makes the play, 1 away. Stepping in for the Cardinals, Paul DeYoung.
Batting fourth, shortstop.
Well, don't let me,
Hey, get on for us here.
don't let me hold you back, Ant. Real life always takes precedence over these silly internet things.
Come on, big guy. Get your pitch, huh?
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Right over the middle, knee high.
0-1.
I mean, I have
1 out, nobody on.
participated in and abetted a few bad decisions in my day, but
Come on, big guy. Get your pitch, huh?
I can't in good conscience encourage other people to do it.
Swinging a ball line down in the left field corner. But this is foul near the seats.
Craig Walden's still there, kind of in the background, waiting to be used, waiting for his day.
Let her rip. Let her rip.
Swing and a miss. He ran a two-seamer right by him for the second out.
Have a seat and
You
get
hear that phrase, climb the ladder all the time, and that's pretty much what he did right there. When you change
Mason
the hitter's
Ibarra
eye level
is the
with
Mets'
each pitch in
first
that at bat,
baseman.
it becomes very hard for him to adjust and put the bat on the ball. He made that strikeout look real easy.
Get your pitch. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 23, Marcel.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. Drill. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. We'll
Tyler,
move on
it's
to
a
the
long
bottom
and
half of
strange
inning number
journey.
1. The Cardinals are out in front, 2-0.
Your highlights are probably like episode 15, episode
Into the box,
47,
Hunter
and like
Renfroe.
episode
He'll lead it off here
67.
to begin the second.
Right fielder, Hunter Renfroe.
No one out now.
First offering on its way. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner, and set up working the plate is Larry Bullard, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Hey, D-Roll, Larry Bullard, he's pretty much right down the middle. You see very few managers and players getting into very many confrontations with Larry.
Yeah, Larry lays in the weeds, Dan. Doesn't try and make it about him, and that's what the players
All right.
love. He's got a pretty consistent strike zone, and he's approachable.
Well, he hit that ball pretty well, but the only problem
And I noticed
was that
we
he
got a
pulled
run
off
back,
it
so
just
it's
a bit.
not as bad
the
as the first
location
inning
was
suggested.
a little on the outer half.
Still pretty bad,
so he
but
would have hit
not
it
as bad as
even
it could have
better
been.
if he would have stayed through the middle of the field with it.
Hey, get a good one up there, huh?
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hot shot to third. And he whips on it as this ball's right under his glove. Settling in now, Carson Kelly, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Carson Kelly.
He's set. Here it comes. In tight here with the first pitch fastball. That's 1-0.
Well, that two-seam fastball ran a little too much off the plate, but now that sets him up to work with something away and maybe even an off-speed pitch.
And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees. Kelly stands 6'2",
I mean, if you give him
as
like
see him in the
actual
right-handed
good pitches
box.
and not
This is
like
his 6th
the
season for him in the big leagues.
finesse stuff that I've been trying to get by with Jason, you probably will get there first.
Two balls and a strike now.
I mean, like a starting pitcher with like a four-seam fastball and a knuckleball secondary. Man, dirty.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Tries to dump this one out to left.
Here we go again.
And that's in there. Base hit.
I mean, I like playing Jason, but right there, after playing Meatball, I kind of realized that
they're not all going to be beauties, but that one
whatever, you know, the stuff that I gave Jason or the way that I built him, he kind of is not like...
Batting ninth, the pitcher, number 18.
Stepping in now, Carlos Martinez. Now a bunt attempt here. To second for one. On to
a
first
bunt double play.
Double play to get him
What a
out of the
shame.
inning. So no runs here on 2 base hits, no errors, and a runner left on. On now to the bottom of the second. The Cardinals lead it 2-1.
No, I don't regret Jason. It's
Parham
just
steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation.
having played with
right
some
here.
other pitchers with other pitches.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
There are some things that I might have done
Base hit
differently
to left field.
if I knew then what I know now. Noah,
Hey,
welcome.
don't let
Hello.
The fact that this guy's
How
on
you
the
doing?
mound fool you right here.
Tate,
this guy has a nice
welcome as
approach
well.
at the plate, knows what he's doing, has history. I'm not surprised he was able to mix in a base.
The batter, second baseman, Cesar Hernandez.
Line drive to left. That's in there. Base hit.
Meatball is just kind of what he is,
And they'll
man.
tie the ball game as the run scores from second. to
I'm not
make it
sure
a
that
2-2
I could
ball game
characterize
now.
him as my
Hey, they
favorite
weren't gonna
child.
keep this
I'm
guy
not sure I
down
could
for long.
characterize
That's
him
the
as
ebbs
anything
and
other
flows
than a
of the
mistake,
baseball
but
season. Bottom line is this guy has
you know,
bats of ball
he
skills.
wins games.
You knew
He
was gonna
gets
get hot
saves.
eventually.
Now batting, center fielder, Adam Eaton.
Fastball too low, and that's ball 4.
Noah, I am doing all right.
That's a
I am
big
on
no-no. He obviously
vacation,
had to work
so
carefully with 2 men
it's
on,
a good
but
day.
he did not want to walk him to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him.
Welcome back,
we'll see
Miss
how he
Bliss.
fares here.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Mason Ibarra. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
And like I said before, you guys want to see any particular team's
The
roster
1-1.
in between games?
Swinging a
I'm
ball
more than
hit
happy
softly
to
on the ground.
oblige you.
But
So
this will get fouled.
don't be afraid
It's
to
a ball
ask.
and 2 strikes. Needs a punch out here. Can he get it? Not on that one. Very close, but it's to 2-2 now.
Wow, that's 40 pitches for him already. This doesn't have the makings of a start that he's going to go very deep.
Oh, I don't know. I've done the flamethrower, I've done the control freak, and I've done the plain filthy.
Never
And I don't know
attempted to
if
swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
you know, it is
Yeah,
a
I
lot
think
of fun
that's
to be
the
able to
idea,
throw
Matt, but he might
100
spin the
mile an
win
hour
if he starts
fastballs.
looking for it in there.
Come on, big guy. Hang out.
But I don't know.
Here's a swing.
Oh
and
my
oh,
goodness.
Man.
Get the rye bread and
Way
mustard,
outta
Grandma.
here.
That's some grand salami.
So he will touch them all on the grand slam as they open it up to 6-2 now.
And that is why you just can't put yourself in a bases loaded situation. You've got nowhere to put the hitter, and he knows it. So he sets up.
Striding in once again, Tommy Pham. He singled and scored in his first
I
appearance in this
think
one.
DJ
Lots
went
of
to the
baseball
Red
left in
Sox,
this one
if I
as we're
recall
still
correctly.
early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
1 ball, no strikes, the count.
I don't know. I think out of all the pitchers that I've ever played in MLB The Show across all years, I think playing a knuckleballer is the most fun I've had
Swung on and
in the
missed,
game.
strike 1.
Just because, you know, there's something liberating about not knowing or caring where your pitch is going to wind up.
time, right here.
The 1-1 is looked at for ball number 2.
I like that they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but I'm guessing he was looking for another ball.
I'm thinking you would need something like a cutter, a running fastball, and a four-seam. And then like a...
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1
Probably want
pitch.
something like a changeup, straight changeup, or a off the bag. What are you kidding me?
And he'll step on first himself for the out.
That was a weird play. No, Meatball's not going to become the main series. He's just going to be the guy I go to when I want to stream and blow off some steam.
He'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up.
And in that last at bat, it makes you think that this guy might have went up there looking for the breaking ball, because he certainly got a breaking ball, and he didn't miss it. Hit it right on the screws.
First pitch is a cutter looked at. 0-1. Martinez, a Venezuelan-born ball player. This is his 6th season for him in the big leagues. The windup and the 0-1. And a neck-high fastball that time. Bases are empty, 1 man out.
To answer your question, Raga, I think you could do it. I think you would need... I think you'd want to be a break pitcher, because you need a lot of differentiation between your pitches.
The 1-1. This one's down to third. And there's out number 2. At the plate, Xander Bogaerts. He popped out in his first trip.
Second baseman, Xander Bogaerts.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Curveball that time, not even close.
That's a tough pitch to throw right there. That front door curveball just missed hitting that inside corner. That's a very difficult pitch. I'm not sure
to answer your question,
if he wanted
Chris,
to get that one down and away.
Was the
and
knuckleballer.
Unfortunately, that one stayed inside.
Of course, in previous years,
2 balls and no strikes for Bogaerts.
there wasn't anything in the way of archetypes to be had. They introduced that this year.
Come on, baby. See it, drive it. Let's go.
Too tight with that one. 3-0.
If you're at the plate right now, you have to realize who's on deck. I guarantee you something's over the heart of the plate. You have to be aggressive in the zone right here.
3 balls and a strike to the Cardinals shortstop.
Plays it first.
2 out, nobody on.
Hey, keep driving. Let's go, big dog. Let's go, man.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Hey, there was great arm action on that 3-1 changeup right here. He's got this guy thinking. That's the beauty right now. We go to
Max,
a full count.
the Mets went 72-90 on the season, and they placed 3rd in the NL East.
And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Digging in for his second at-bat, Jason Parham. He singled his last time up.
Jason Parham.
2 down. 2 down. Here we go.
Here's the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
Yeah, Matty, he's very late on that first pitch. I got to think he was guessing off speed.
Good arm action on the circle change. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Soft liner to the right side, but an easy play over at first to glove it, and the side is retired. Mets go down 1, 2, 3. They lead it 6-2. Jacob deGrom will come on and get some work.
And they pull Jacob deGrom out of the bullpen to relieve me. Sure, that makes sense.
Hey, one of the keys to having a good record in baseball is to win some games at home. So this was a big win to win at home in front of their home crowd.
7-4 the final finish today. The New York Mets took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Jason Parham is the winning pitcher of record. Carlos Martinez permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com.
The final line score for this afternoon's ballgame for the victorious New York Mets. 7 runs on 10 hits.
Okay, so somebody wanted to see where Machado went to. Somebody wanted to see the Orioles and the A's. So give me just a moment. Manny Machado is on the Detroit Tigers, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Chris, Mooch, that's what you know. That's how Jason turned out. We were on the Padres. We wanted to be a starting pitcher, and we asked to be traded to get that. And then they put us on the Marlins. And then the Marlins sent us to the Mets. So, what the hell am I doing? So, somebody wanted the Orioles. So, you got Kevin Lane, Whit Merrifield, Trey Mancini, Justin Upton. David Carter, welcome. Thank you very much. Glad to see you. Derek Dietrich, Tim Beckham, Kevin Pillar, Avisail Garcia, and Andrew Susak, along with Chase Sisco, Danny Echeverria, and a bunch of names. Probably most of whom are going to go back down to AAA or below this season. And then the Oakland Athletics, they got regen player Ken Moses, regen player Scott Prado, regen player Roberto Garcia. They got Matt Olson. They got Stephen Piscotty. They got Chad Pinder. They got Bruce Maxwell, Dustin Fowler, Dale Whiters, Martin Maldonado, and a bunch of guys. So was there any other requests? I can show pitching rotation too if anyone's interested in that. The Orioles are starting Bundy, Lewis, Gaussman, Frank Allen, and Andrew Heaney. And then the Athletics are starting Sean Manaea still, Jarrell Cotton, Daniel Mengdom, Andrew Triggs, and Jack Flaherty. And your Braves, Sean Newcomb, Brian Mortero, Matt Whistler, Aaron Blair, and Shelby Miller. Braves lineup is Guillermo Vasquez, Ender Inciarte, Freddie Freeman, Corey Dickerson, designated hitter Lincoln Chaney, Ozzie Albies, Chris Cortez, Dansby Swanson, and Johan Camargo, with a whole bunch of other players, including Johnny Bump. And Seattle still has D. Gordon still playing center field for some odd reason, even though Robinson Cano retired like 2 years ago. Robert Geary, Devin Travis, Ryan Healy, Jose Aviles, Jorge Bonifacio, Gene Segura still, Ben Gamble and Mike Zunino with Daniel Vogelbach, Michael Taylor, Jason Eagle, and Wilmer Flores on there. And I believe their rotation, I know they don't have Paxton anymore because Paxton had been a Met for about half a season. They got Syndergaard, they got Erasmo Ramirez, they got Mike Leake still somehow, Andrew Moore, and rookie Alex Alonso. So I think that's enough probably for now, so I'm going to continue to play through. So we're going to be a reliever once more. Hopefully we'll get a little better results out of it.
Jason Parham is out from the bullpen now as he'll work in his third game so far this spring.
That sucks, Chris. I hate it when the AI managers screw you like that.
Ready now for the Marlins, Brian Jimenez.
Leading off for the Marlins, first baseman, Brian Jimenez.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Jason got real blown up in that first appearance of his against the Braves.
Nobody out now, nobody out.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. Yeah, the rain starting to intensify here. It's coming down a little heavier now. We'll see how much longer the umpires can wait.
Yeah, Matt, right now this doesn't look too good. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the umpires come out and bring the ground crew out here. The infield around the mound and around the home plate area is really getting soaking wet, and I can't anticipate this going on very much longer.
And there's your first out of the inning.
2 pitches, 1 out, not too bad.
So here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Brian Anderson.
Maintain that rate.
Third baseman, Brian Anderson.
Here comes the first pitch. Now the big overhand curveball makes him swing and miss. 1 run, just 1 hit, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Liner toward right center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Right at my right
fielder. Well, we mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
Wasn't paying close enough attention.
Stepping up to the plate, Starlin Castro. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Starlin Castro.
Hey, like 10 up there, huh?
First offering on its way. Line softly out toward left center. That gets down, and the inning continues.
Lazy little liner.
Boy, this is just a case of another really good hitter finding a way, even though that was a soft liner, finding a way to get hits.
Yeah, he usually hits rockets and catches the barrel, but even his soft liners fall. Dan, he has a knack for keeping his bat in his zone and giving himself a chance much longer than the average ball player.
And that'll bring in the multi-dimensional Lewis Brinson. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance.
Hey, need you right here, need you.
Ready with the 0-1. And misses badly on a pitch down in the dirt.
Come on, kid, get on for us. Here we go. Hey, we got 2 down.
The 1-1. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Both teams with just 2 hits
You
apiece
can't get
thus
that
far.
stuff out of the social pages anyhow you try. Next thing you know, they're going to be looking for candids from their honeymoon.
Get a good rip on it, huh?
Here's a fastball in on the fist, and that'll even things up at 2-2.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't.
Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going.
Well, depending on where you're playing and what your stamina is and what your pitch count is, they may pull you at a certain point.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Hard hit ball to second.
I know Jason has had good games before where they yanked him before he was really,
so it's no
showing signs of fatigue.
No errors and a man left.
Just because
on now to the bottom half. Rafael Montero will
just
come on
because
out.
he was over a certain pitch count.
You might think it's just another win, but it's awfully hard to win in this game, especially on the road. But they find a way to get it done, and they should be very happy with this performance.
How about that one game in Double-A where I went like 8 2/3 and they yanked me after a hit in the 9th? Ryan, thank you very much. Glad to see you. Raga, I can't really use the Showtime for batting right now because I've got the pitcher's umpire perk enabled, which means that in theory I get more of those borderline calls for my pitcher. And that drains about half, and you need like 60 or 70% of your Showtime meter to do a Showtime swing. I don't know if you've been watching, Ryan, but I've been doing streams for
this evening as we get
relief
set
pitcher,
for another edition of baseball on
and
the
I've
show.
got a playlist
Tonight,
for that on my
continuing
channel.
action from the Grapefruit League.
So
between
if you're
the
interested, you can go ahead and watch that. I don't know if I'm going to do another like
now batting
formal
Andres
full
Valenzuela.
series like I do for Jason.
Things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the same reason I'm kind of reluctant to do a position player series. It would take a lot of time and effort to do that. Misbehavior, I am on Legend of Pitching and All-Star Batting.
And a fastball swung on and hit to second. Hernandez scoops it up, and quickly there's one down to lead off the frame.
No, Jason is basically the result of me mashing the random button on my on the character create screen
and striding in the speedy second baseman Jose Altuve.
You don't share a name, state, anything really.
First pitch on its way. A fastball that just misses inside.
Plays that first here.
The 1-0 is a changeup that drops below the knees for a ball. Time for a look at
Jose
our umpires
Altuve
in
is
this
a good
one.
ball
Behind
player.
the plate is Patrick Johnson.
Yeah, Dan, we got Patrick Johnson
Doesn't need
behind
saying,
the dish
but I'm going
tonight.
to say it
Fairly
anyway.
Standard strike zone most of the time, but he's definitely a pitcher's umpire.
I always felt like this. He'll give a little bit on the corners, both inside and outside. I think he's a fair umpire, but I would rate him more as a pitcher's umpire than a hitter's umpire.
And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the second out.
Hey man, always go for your home team, man. Don't.
First cuts for him
I
here.
mean, you can always root for players when you're not involved, but when it's your home team, you kind of got to pull for the other guys. That's why I always feel conflicted when Jason plays the Phillies.
Let it fly right here.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Hard hit ball to second. Hernandez right there. Throw in time, and the side is retired. We've played an inning, still nothing.
Hey, 1 inning, 5 pitches. I'm not complaining.
Here's George Springer, and if you remember, he took home a Silver Slugger Award for AL outfielders a year ago.
George Springer.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
Now that's when you know it's a good pitch. He broke off a really nice breaking ball down in the zone right there. And even though this is one of the best hitters around, he waved right through it.
Hey, see it and drive it up. Come on, here.
The windup and the 0-1. And he fouls this one off.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
Come on now, get your pitch up there, kid.
Boy,
Ooh,
good
swinging
cutting action to that
amaze.
pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
At that cutter outside. I went to Safeco to start the season, actually. I was there for the Indians game on opening day.
Third baseman, Alex Bregman.
Hey, one pitch right here.
Here's the first
I
pitch
ate
to him.
the grasshoppers.
Here's a strike.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Hey, come on now. Here we go.
Counts even 1-1 to Alex Bregman. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game.
Hey, it's your pitch. Drive it deep. Here we go, baby.
Good time to take something off, but it's 2-1 now.
Square one up. One time. Come on, Houston.
The 2-1 home. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away.
Hey, get your pitch up.
Yeah, Bronson, it's the Bronson Arroyo, or the same windup that Bronson Arroyo used in MLB The Show 17 for the USFMs that they put together with him.
Swing and a ball hit high in the air, deep down the left field line. This has plenty of carry, and that nearly broke our scoreless tie. Instead, it's a foul ball.
I've been thinking about it, Dia, and I've gone so far as to put together
And
a
he
list
struck
of
him out.
other windups I would like to use if that were the case. But yeah, Chris.
Next up,
I don't think they're grasshoppers. They might be crickets instead. But like, there's this Mexican snack where they like take grasshoppers or crickets and they toast them and they serve them with like chili lime sauce and stuff. And you know, they're crunchy.
First pitch on
Weren't
its
very
way.
substantial.
Up, up.
Fouled away.
Here we go now. Let's go.
And more to the point, they serve them at Safeco Field, so.
Now the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Bottom of the second here with no score.
Yeah, I don't remember the Mexican or the Spanish
Hit
name
high
for
in
him.
the air down the right field line. Peralta on the move. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. Astros go down 1-2-3. We'll move to the third with no score. Leading off the inning, Josh Reddick, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Right fielder.
And we got a run. Hallelujah.
First pitch of the at-bat. This is pulled into right. Oh,
Ooh,
he misses
golly.
it.
Right
Running
field, what
hard,
are you
he's
doing,
digging
man?
for second. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Yeah, looked like an
What a
easy
goof.
play from where I'm sitting, but I think he took it for granted and basically whiffs on the darn thing, allowing the runner to move to second on a two-base error.
Spring training, folks.
Batting eighth, Designated hitter, Vaughn Sherman.
Into the box, Vaughn Sherman popped him up. And that's going to land foul.
Get your pitch up there, huh? Let's go now, one time.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. And that changeup makes him jump, a swing and a miss.
You know, if Jason got traded yet again this year, I wouldn't be too mad if he got traded to Seattle.
Come on now, one time.
I don't know where Sergio Crespo is. I need to go look that up.
Hey, get your pitch, see through, huh? Let's go.
And he got him.
Ooh, struck you out.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
Batting ninth, catcher, Ryan.
Standing in now, Ryan Holiday pulls this one in the air out to left. Conforto moves over.
That is actually a really good question.
I
don't think I've actually looked at my... Well, Dia, you remember that Jason also had that complete game shutout in AAA.
He'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
I don't know about no-hitter, but...
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
I imagine the longest streak of no runs was somewhere around that nine scoreless game there.
All four quadrants.
Chased out of the zone there, and he's down 2 strikes. Valenzuela handles the bat well against right-handed pitching. Doesn't have a lot of pop, but he does make contact, and of course he's always using his... Absolutely. And we'll have to leave it there, as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. So it's no runs on no hits, 1 error, and a runner left stranded. 3 innings complete. The Mets
lead this one that Jason got at least to the 8th at one point or another, but my recollection
will
could
come
be
on and
faulty.
get some work as he makes his 2nd appearance so far this spring.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he went 8 with the he went 8 with the Marlins against the Rockies.
Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that.
Yeah, Ryan, not a problem.
And coming out with a win, but they
it's one of those things where I've only seen a couple people do it, and I haven't really enjoyed the way that they've done it. So this is my way of creating something that's a little bit different, and that
is credited with the win. Francis
people might enjoy it.
Only 3 innings in the losing effort. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian.
There we go. That looks much better. Where is that man? Sergio Crespo is still in AA with the San Antonio Missions. So, sorry, San Diego. Well, let's keep going. I mean, the more I hear about it, the more I'm afraid that they're going to sign Machado. And I think it's maybe being afraid they're going to sign Machado in the real world is not quite the right thing. It's just I feel like they could be doing a lot better. They could be strengthening other positions of the field, because they've got they got J.P. Crawford, they got Scott Kingery. They don't really need another shortstop.
Matt Vasgersian back with Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and starting out the inning, the exciting speedster Trey Turner.
I mean, I was kind of hoping they would go after Nick Castellanos off the Tigers.
Hey, see it? Drive it right there.
But I guess
here's the first offering.
I guess
Fastball
Mike
down near the
Franco's
shoe
been
tops.
improving a little bit.
Hey, come on, big dog. Get the pitch.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to.
Hey, see it. Drive it. Let's go, big
I don't know what happened to
1-0.
Superman. It wasn't Jock Peterson. Jock Peterson was
Swinging a
in
ball line down in
center
the left field
field.
corner.
This was
but this will be foul.
this was the guy out in right field.
Two and one to count to Trey Turner.
When you've got a guy that throws a good two-seam fastball, you have to be ready for him to try to run it inside and jam you. Good job to lay off that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again.
Three and one.
Yeah,
to the
not to say
National
that
shortstop.
Jock Peterson didn't save my bacon, but when I think about the guys in AAA who were really helping me out, it was
now a bunt attempt here.
Pop-up
and he'll
bunt.
lunge forward to take this ball in the air. So quick instincts there will foil the bunt attempt. Digging in at the plate is Travis Jankowski. It was a solo shot for him in his last at-bat.
All right, come on now. Let's go, DC. One down, one down.
Here's the first pitch to him. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one.
You know, if you're a fast enough runner and the fielders are not in the right position to field a bunt, it's possible that you can make it to first base before anyone can get the ball and throw it to the first baseman. But, like, it's kind of a risky play, and it depends a lot on the element of surprise. And on execution, because if you pop up a bunt like that, you're basically dead. Unless you're Jason when you pop it over the friggin' third baseman's head.
And there are two away now.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Digging in and looking for more, Eric Hosmer. He singled his last time up.
Yeah, and this is the guy for me. I think this is the guy in the clubhouse that the guys truly gravitate towards. The total package of Eric Hosmer's game is really special.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
I am contractually obligated to
that's a good
rag
pitch
on
to
the
lay
bats
off
any
right there,
opportunity
that
I
cutter
get.
inside, and that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times, if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood in a broken bat.
Hey, nice and patient.
Unfortunately, I can't rag on them on my best stuff because they actually did win the World Series a couple years ago in game.
First in time, and that ends the inning. So they go down without a whimper here. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. Nationals on top, 3-1.
I'm not sure how to define most difficult to play against. Like, I've crunched the numbers, and in terms of the teams that have beaten Jason the worst, it's got to be the Cubs. Like, Jason's played against the Dodgers more times, and they do pretty well against him. Jason's gone against the Diamondbacks, and they've scored a lot of runs off of him. But in terms of just continual dominance, it's got to be the Cubs. I've been reluctant to get any more hats because I don't want to buy any National League East
like
hats
this, you
while
look for
I'm,
that one guy who produced when it mattered
because I'm a
most,
Phillies
and
fan.
this
Feels
is the guy.
sacrilegious
He's
to
our
have
top
one of those in
player
my
the
house,
game.
even if I don't wear it.
Yeah, you see, he finishes with a 3-hit game, including a double. He can feel good about that, and we can feel good about giving him the Player of the Game award.
A one-run finish, 4-3.
I think you're thinking of
Washington came through when it mattered in the 9th on
Chris
the
Herman off
win.
the
Alex Colomé pitches well
Diamondbacks.
enough to get the W. So that's it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, log on to theshownation.com.
On 9 hits. With 1 error, they left 5 men on base.
And
3 runs on 8 hits.
yeah, he actually hasn't done much of anything against me. He's had 2 hit by pitches against me, and that's about it. In the modern game, I'd probably have to say Aaron Nola. He's really kind of impressing me with his stuff right now. Kind of all time, probably my favorite player was Nolan Ryan. What was his name? Jack Kirkland. That's right. Superman Jack Kirkland. And he is still on... He's back down to the missions, actually, so... Sucks to be him. I'm not clear why he's on the missions, because he's clearly better than the right fielder they have in AAA. He might even be better than... Oh, wait. They got Mookie Betts on the on the Padres now. Never mind. Oh no.
MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today, a spring training matchup between the New York Mets and the Detroit Tigers. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to our spring training coverage on MLB Network.
Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, after like 6 games, he's at 9 hits and 5 runs against, so... I think more than anything, the team that the Phils are really against right now is the Braves.
Clyde Lavallo is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for
all
Detroit.
things considered, the Braves haven't really entered into Jason's life or mine all that much
all
recently,
3 of his
so.
pitches. If he has them all working and uses them properly, he has a chance to be very effective.
All right, guys, here's the defensive alignment for the Detroit Tigers. And let's shine the light on shortstop Manny Machado. That's right, shortstop. He can play third, he can play short. It doesn't matter. He's one of the best defenders in the game.
Carlos Castro.
Hey man, if Miggy wants to take me deep,
himself down
he's welcome to try.
It's 0-1. The 0-1. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball 1.
Hey, come on now. Here we go. Hey, nobody. Let's go, kid. Here we go. Come on, Tigers.
And they'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
Curveball working right now.
towards second.
Soft liner.
And that's out number one.
Get off my base path.
The next batter, Jamer Candelario.
Batting second, designated hitter, Jamer Candelario.
Hey, you're pinched.
Here comes the first pitch. And that one just missed outside. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Gary Simmons.
You know, Dero, Gary Simmons, he's one of those umpires. He'll give you one thing or the other. At times, his zone can be a little wide, and then he's a little more strict north and south. But he's a pretty consistent umpire.
The key, Dan, is be consistent. You want to give him the inside half, I'm okay with that. But then you can't give him away.
Yeah.
If you're going to stay
no
east-west,
Miggy. Not yet. It's just
side.
Manny Machado.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And it's fouled away.
Hey, any way you can. Any way you can. Here we go.
If you'll give me a sec to get this guy out.
Come on, big guy.
Machado now on 0-1. Another one
dinger
fouled
on
off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. A little bouncer. That's a foul ball.
Let her rip right here. Let's go. Raise that one now. Be patient, huh? As we come to you. Take a look. Take a look.
I know I've had a couple teams that I've got 0 ERAs against.
To get on base and keep the inning alive.
They don't really count because I've only faced them in like
count
one
goes
inning
out the
apiece,
window with this batter right here. It doesn't matter if it's 0-2-2-0, he's locked.
Yardstick
He has great
performance.
bat-to-ball skills. There are some guys that just have a knack, Dero, of being able to
Playing
get
against the
barrel
Padres
the
have
ball.
had pretty good results. 2.19 ERA.
Batting fourth, third baseman, Nick Castellanos.
Hey, one time, right now.
Nick Castellanos now, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
Hey, let her rip. Let her rip.
2 down. 2 down.
Hit on the ground to third. Seager has it. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. Tigers lead 1. Still no score. Next for the Tigers, A.J. Reed, as they'll have 5, 6, and 7 here to start the home half of the second.
Welcome back, Ant.
On its way.
Good job.
Missed with a breaking ball. Reed tends to have more success against right-handed pitching like this than he does against
southpaws.
The dinger
Could
be a comfort thing. Maybe he just
led
picks
off
up the
with
ball a
Jason
little
at
better.
the start of
But that's the
spring
book
training.
on him at this point.
I think you've just missed a couple good pitching appearances so far. Nothing crazy.
Now the 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Go, Tiger.
Hit in the air to right center field. This ball is
speaking of
carrying
dingers,
well. Back it goes, and it is out of here.
Over the sign. My goodness.
It's a solo shot for A.J. Reed as the Tigers grab a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we did have a couple trades from the Mets. Give me a sec here.
He saw a few balls down in the zone earlier in that at-bat, but finally got a pitch he liked and promptly deposited over the fence. Made the pitcher pay for his mistake, which is exactly what you're supposed to do.
Batting sixth, left fielder, Eddie Rosario.
In now, Eddie Rosario. Hard liner to center field. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, we traded for Alex Cobb from the Giants, and we traded Jay Bruce
now
and Phil
batting,
Fuentes.
Ray Stacy, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Ray Stacy.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
I can answer your question in two parts, Ryan. First of all, I feel ERA is an important stat for a pitcher. I don't know if it's the most important stat.
Come on, big guy, get your pitch right here.
Because ERA is contingent on a bunch of things that the pitcher doesn't necessarily control.
Nobody on.
You know, he can't control the quality of the batters he faces or the quality of the balls that are hit into play.
Let's go, kid. Come on, one time right here.
He can't control the defense behind him. So ERA is subject to a bunch of forces which he may or may not be able to have any influence on. So it's important to look at ERA, but it's important to look at it in the context of other things like his FIP and other scores.
This inning
and second,
the way he'd
batting average is not all that good of a measure of a batter.
Strikeouts on the last two guys. He's acting.
Not give you the right information you need to determine how good they are at their job.
A reminder, fans, that all games this season will be broadcast in Spanish on AM 1440 by the announcing team of Jason Villa and Lauren Asundre.
We back? We good?
A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, tough to lay off there, but it's called a ball 1-2.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
Lifted in the air to center field. And he will get there to make the running play, and that
Can I
will
become a
end the
national?
inning.
I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility.
But it's a home run that pushes
Jason
him out
is
in
still
front.
under team
We
control,
played
meaning
two full.
the
Tigers
Mets
lead
have
it
final
1-0.
say over where he goes.
Coming to the plate now, DJ Martinez. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
And we're up 2-1.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Line to the right side. And a base hit, so he goes after the first pitch he sees, and he's on to open up the inning.
Don't sleep on the bottom of the order right there. He broke out home ambush tactics. First pitch fastball middle in, and he's able to drive that for a nice save.
Carlos Castro.
From the stretch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
These are huge innings for a team's morale. The pitcher wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up.
Yeah,
and get the boys back swinging the bats again.
I'm not gonna really deny it.
Capitalize and even extend this current lead.
Evidence seemed pretty strong to me that Jason was getting better performance as a reliever.
The 1-0.
I don't know. It's just not the kind of play style that I enjoy.
On the ground to third.
For the most part.
One there. On to first. A double play.
And yeah, I was a better reliever than a starter because I was
digging in to try it again.
My starter pitcher showtime, so I was able to throw, 5 or 10 showtime pitches instead of 2.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. A 2-1 score here as we play inning number 3.
Hey, let her fly right here.
Yeah, let's go, Tigers. See it, drive. Let's go right here.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
The windup and the 0-1. Good breaking ball that time, in for a strike.
Hey, from an offensive standpoint, you better get it ready. This guy is not throwing a ton of pitches. He's confident in his stuff. He is pounding the zone. He's got 2 quick outs. You better pull the trigger.
And the cutter got him swinging. Strike 3, and the side is retired. Tigers failed to make any noise. They still trail it here 2-1. Here's Manny Machado now. He was the winner of the AL Silver Slugger Award at shortstop a season ago.
Hey, we're still in the early stages of this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Takes a knee-high fastball.
Hey, be patient. Get your pitch, huh? Going out now.
Machado now on 0-1. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
Well, see, Ryan, what you're asking is like,
Hey, one time, right now.
Here it comes on 1-1. Shatters the bat as this
I
is
mean,
hit on the
ideally
ground.
you would want the best pitcher and the best batter to get their respective MVP and Cy Young awards and whichever.
Right there to run the two-seamer
but
in on
like
his hands
the voting for the MVP and the voting for the Cy Young don't necessarily use the right criteria for the, to determine who the best pitcher or batter were.
Number 9, Nick Castellanos.
And Christopher, if you're interested, I do have a couple archived live stream videos of a reliever that I play in a playlist on my channel, so you're welcome to check that out.
Thus far.
Hey, one down, one time. Here you go.
I mean, what a lot of people will consider for a batter for MVP is things like batting average and runs batted in and home run count.
Come on, let it fly.
And like,
Lifted in the air out to center field. After it is eaten. He hauls it in
for some of the same reasons that I was saying earlier, RBI count is entirely dependent on how many batters get on base in front of that batter.
Yeah, in his last at bat, he hit a changeup out for a home
And like
run.
Cy Young, they still determine things
if they
based on
give
like
him a
win-loss
steady
records,
diet of
which is
fastballs.
entirely based on your team's offense, more so than your ability to prevent runs.
One time. Come on, Tiger, let's go.
First pitch coming.
Because like
Here
it doesn't
is.
matter if you're a 1.0 ERA pitcher. If your team can't score 1 run a game or 2 runs a game, then your win-loss record is going to suck.
Plays it one here. Get your pitch and drive.
The 1-0. Is laid off, but in there for strike 1.
See it, drive it right here. Come on, big. Hey, we got 2 down.
Is strike 2 swinging.
Swing and a miss.
4-1 our score as we play inning number 4.
Doing better. Come on.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Slapped hard the opposite way. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon. So we'll go a little deeper into the bottom of the 4th as that extends the inning.
Sometimes you just got to trust your hands. That pitch probably wasn't even in the zone, and he was able to fight it off for a base hit.
The left fielder, number 34.
Stepping in now, Eddie Rosario, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Reed is off at first with 2 away. Popped him up. Seager has room in foul territory, and that's the 3rd out. 1 hit, 1 left. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. It's the Mets 4 and the Tigers 1. Steven Matz will come on now and take the ball for the 4th time this spring.
Yeah, I apologize, you guys. I've been having some technical difficulties
it's hard
tonight.
to win games at any point, but to win games on the road,
try to bear with me, and I will try to
they
keep you guys as entertained as possible.
A 9-2 finish at the end of this contest. The Mets led this game from the 3rd inning on and never wavered. Jason Parham takes home the win. Clyde Lavallo was only able to work 4 innings as he Jason Parham will come on and pitch for the 7th time here this spring.
18, Jason Parham.
Well, because, Ryan, what you're looking at is the official stats from the MLB.
We'll get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Stat tracking service. And that's what a lot of baseball fans will use to determine, like, how good a batter is or how good a pitcher is. And it's like, it's not necessarily wrong to look at some of those things, but to only judge a batter by his batting average or a pitcher by his ERA is a mistake.
And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1.
And like, not to push my videos too hard or anything, but I do talk about these kinds of things in my bullpen session videos, and I've got another one coming up where I will actually do some talking about offensive stats like batting average.
Pitch on the way. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
Hey, check this guy out. Let's go.
Struck him out. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Adrian Ramirez. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
I would be surprised if he doesn't take pinstripe money. I mean, it's going to depend on who gives him the best offer, I would imagine. But, like, if he wants to be a Yankee and they got a spot for him in the outfield, then I don't see why they wouldn't.
Hit hard. Foul.
Hey, if it's high, let it fly. Hey, strike this guy out. Let's go.
And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first too many faces out of the bullpen.
American League,
no
so they can always get him for a DH.
He's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
And next to the plate will be JT Riddle. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare
put him in
better.
the outfield and
curveball looked at here for strike 1.
Put him in the outfield and put Aaron Judge at DH or, I don't know,
Both teams
Stanton
with
or
6
somebody.
hits so far.
Here we go, kid. Here we go.
Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
And there's number 8, 1 away.
Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. And an off-speed
I
pitch
don't
swung
think
on and missed.
they're going to send
that,
DeGrom
the side
anywhere.
is retired. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts.
I don't know where
Not
they
too
might
shabby.
send Syndergaard.
More spring training baseball from Florida following this. Ruben Street will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 33.
You might think it's just another win, but it's awfully hard to win in this game, especially on the road. But they find a way to get it done, and they should be very happy with this performance.
6-0 the final shutout score today. New York took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Jacob deGrom gets the W on the mound. Andreas Pineda was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show.
Haven't those poor Mets suffered enough? I mean, Jason's about 10 seconds away from breaking a leg. This guy's got a .82 ERA. Jesus God. Justin Nicolino.
At the plate, Adrian Ramirez. He will lead this one off today.
Leading off the afternoon for Miami, right fielder, Adrian Ramirez.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hard hit toward the hole. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Hey guys, loud contact right out of the gate. I like where this is headed. Let's hope that this is the start of just a monster offensive output by both sides.
Shortstop, J.C. Little.
First pitch coming. Here it is. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Ramirez aboard here at first with nobody out.
Here we go.
And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike.
Boy, that's a great breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch
Ely,
to lay off
welcome
when
to
that
the
ball's
stream.
coming
Thanks
in
for dropping
at
in.
that plane right there. Quality take.
The 1-1 home. Swing and a little tapper, but that one rolls foul. Fouled off.
Hey, let her rip one time.
And it's an even count of 2-2 to JT Riddle. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes in this one, Mr. James Kingsley.
Hey, D-Row, James Kingley's a pretty good umpire. He doesn't get too excited, keeps things under emotions. He's a pretty good ball and strike umpire.
Yeah, James Kingsley will never show you up, and he's always approachable.
A runner at first with no outs here.
Come on, let it fly right here.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
Who needs showtime?
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
Here comes the first pitch. A double play ball to second.
Double play
4,
ball.
6, 3, but it's not in time, and the inning will continue. So here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Brian Anderson. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. The 1-0 is a changeup that drops below the knees for a ball.
Well, 2-0 now, and this is where he makes his money. If he gets a pitch to hack at, you can bet he's not going to hold back.
Outside, 3-0 now.
I mean, I guess I heard something today, and I'm not sure how much credence to give it.
He rarely gets hit around, and on
the
top
Yankees
of that,
are really talking up Miguel
limiting free passes.
But they're really
combination to have.
Matty V, I think one of the keys to being a good starting pitcher, one, limiting the number of pitches that you throw into a game, and two, getting outs as quickly as you can. And there aren't too many guys that do it better than this guy. Not a lot of pitches. One of the things I like, he's in attack mode from the first pitch of every at-bat.
And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away. Ready now for the Marlins, Starlin Castro. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. Hit the other way out toward right field.
That's just
Peralta's under it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Marlins strand a pair, and now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score.
Hey, get ahead right here.
Up next from Miami, Lewis Brinson. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Center fielder number 9, Lewis Brinson.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. In tight here with the first pitch fastball. That's 1-0.
Didn't catch the corner there, but you can see he was trying to jam him with that running action on that 2-seam fastball.
Hey, nobody away. Go. Come on, man. Get your pitch up there.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Good changeup that time, but he wouldn't bite on it.
Kevin, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, you got it. No one better. Let's go.
The 2-0. Nope.
Oh, come on, Jason. Let's not do this.
He walked the guy back in the first, and now he's looking like he might hand out another free pass to the leadoff guy here. You can't be walking a guy an inning and think you're going to have any success.
And that's over. 3-1.
Hey, your pitch. Your pitch. He's coming to you.
Hey, let her fly. Let her fly right here.
And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start
Jason,
the
what's
second.
wrong with you today?
We knew coming into this game that this guy has a tendency to give up a lot of free passes, and history repeats itself as he's already given up 2 walks here. I'll tell you, effectively wild is a pretty tough thing to be.
And he pours this one in at the letters. 0-1.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
Off the plate, 1 ball,
Tyrion,
1 strike.
I am no good at baseball in real life. Not at all. And I'm not shy to admit it.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Misses, ball 2.
Sometimes you got to be aggressive offensively, but sometimes you just let the pitcher dig his own grave. Patience and discipline seem to be the way to here.
This is on the ground over to first. And this will wind up working as a sacrifice as he steps on first, allowing the runner to move into second.
Why is he the whiz?
Coming to the plate now, Tomas Nido. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
All right, come on now.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he fouls this one off.
I don't know. I don't know if Syndergaard for Strasburg is a trade that I would take personally.
Decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
I can look at Jason's equipment once we get back to the clubhouse after this game. I don't recall off the top of my head.
On the ground to the right side. And that's through into right field for a base hit. The throw home. And not in time as he just crosses the plate in time.
The heck?
Boy, I don't know about that pitch selection right there, D-Roy. You have a base open with the pitcher on deck. Not very good pitching right there.
Go?
Dan, as a guy who hit 8th in the National League a time or two, nothing's more difficult than to try and mind meld with the pitcher and come up with a game plan when you know you got the pitcher on deck. Shocking that he was coming after him right there in that big spot, and he paid the price.
Into the box, Justin Nicolino. And they elect to have the pitcher bunt with one gun as he puts this one down.
A double play bunt again.
In time,
oh, no.
And just like that, this side is retired. So 1 run
what
on
a shame.
1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. Miami's out in front, 1-0. Standing in, Jason Parham. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Jason Parham.
Come on, baby. Get your pitch.
First pitch of the at-bat. Oh, an ugly swing there. It's 0-1.
Why did I do
I'll
that?
tell you, if I'm on the hill, I'm throwing that changeup again. Didn't look like he picked it up very well out of his hand.
I mean, frankly, I'm not sure that I would take the deal if I were the Nats, personally.
Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
I mean, Syndergaard has had like one okay season and one good season, and then he's just been like hurting himself every year.
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends
by
the
comparison,
inning.
Strasburg is like a consistently
we'll go now to the top of the third. It's the Marlins 1.
It's like a 3, 4, 5 wins per season guy.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Adrian
Syndergaard, but it's not going to mean much if he can't get any good innings out of Syndergaard.
Ramirez.
And no, I do not play Fortnite, Tyrion.
Hey, no outs now. Hey, let's go right here.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fouled away. Windup and the 0-1. Hit hard on the ground towards second. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single. So an inning-opening single kicks off their half of the third. And next to the plate will be J.T. Riddle, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
All right, come on now.
First pitch on its way. Ball 1.
No outs here.
I don't know. I still think that
and a strike to even
the Nationals
the
have the better
1-1.
pitcher in that comparison.
Hey,
it would
I don't
take,
mind that batter.
It would take a
that
much
right
like
there.
weaker
He's walked a couple people
pitcher
early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk
you
them
need
all
a much
in, we'll take
weaker
it.
pitcher to replace with Syndergaard to get the value out of it. And I don't think you'd get Syndergaard out of that trade without giving up some of your good prospects. Not to say it couldn't happen. I mean, they traded Syndergaard to the Mariners in this game series.
As he just hits the bag ahead of the throw. Striding in, Brian Jimenez.
To say that I'm not real convinced that it would happen under normal circumstances.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Curveball that time, not even close.
Hey, roll me up. Let's go. Roll me up.
The 1-0 is taken for ball 2.
Watch your elbow there, pal.
You can bet he's looking for
that
a fastball that
just
he can
about
turn
right
on
to
and drive.
take it right
Might be
off.
thinking about picking on that big hole between first and second.
And that's into the corner, a foul ball.
What is a trade I would love to see that didn't involve the Phillies?
kid, one time right here.
I need to think about that one, Christopher, for a second.
The 2-1.
Under normal circumstances, I would say Clayton Kershaw, Tyrion, but I think right now it has to be Max Scherzer. And as for trade, I would love to see that didn't involve the Phillies.
Get your pitch and drive it, kid. Here you go.
I really think that Machado would help out the Dodgers more than any other team, so I think some trade to the Dodgers for Machado in exchange for some prospects.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its hit down the line at first. And he'll take this over to the bag for the out. But meanwhile,
Severino's
the
doing
runner
really
moves
good
into
this year,
scoring
too.
position at second.
Wait, what the
And
frick
they
happened?
won't get him as he's able to advance from first to
Don't
third
tell
on
me
what
you
would
overthrew
certainly be
the second
scored a
baseman?
throwing error. So definite problems on that last play, and they'll hit the first baseman for the error. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brian Anderson, runner in scoring position with two gone.
Hey, we got two. Ready. 2 down. Let's go, man. Hey, like you can.
Here's the first pitch to him. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
That's why this guy is great. Never misses over the heart of the plate. It's got electric stuff, but pinpoint control.
Chris Sale does have the better WAR at this point, so can't say that he's not doing pretty well, too. Of course, you got to remember, I'm National League biased, so. I'm not near as versed in the American League.
Things are not looking real promising here. Down 0-2.
He faced him and issued a walk, coming right after him here.
Hey, no one better. Let's go, kid. Hey, your pitch, your pitch.
Filthy changeup that time, but he's able to make contact, and he'll get another chance.
I don't know. I think they might.
One time. Let it fly.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're not going to go to the World Series. I think the D-backs are going to go pretty far this year.
Now the 0-2 pitch. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
Can't be the Yanks in Seattle, Chris. They're both AL teams. They would meet in the American League Championship Series, but they wouldn't meet in the World Series.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning.
Swing and a miss. Have a seat and get comfortable.
1 left for Miami, but they're up 1-0. Ready for another chance? Starlin Castro. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Starlin Castro.
He's ready. Here's the first
I was talking
offering.
about this the other day when I was doing my meatball stream, but I was guessing it was going to be like Yankees and D-backs in the World Series.
Hey, no one down here.
I really like Aaron Nola. I'm just trying not to be too much of a Phillies homer.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he just misses with a curveball.
That turns out to be a good take on that front door breaking ball, but you have to wonder if that pitch buckled him at all. That was really close to clipping the inside corner.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And the changeup is way low that time.
Well, he kind of got caught chasing the first 2 pitches out of the strike zone.
Joey Gallo's
I think he's
good.
caught onto their game a little bit right now. 2 tough pitches that he took with 2 strikes, and now the count is 2-2.
And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
I want to walk another guy.
Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. The 3-2 one more time. A little bouncer. That veers foul, so they'll do it again on 3-2.
Depends on what you mean by improved, Zachariah. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you.
Let's go right here.
His facial hair game has improved, that's for sure.
Fly ball right down the line and left. On the run is Nimmo. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Upgraded from that little goatee to a full-fledged beard. Yeah, I agree, because I think that relying on the DH, where like you have one player who does nothing but sit on the roster, and he plays in like one ninth of the at-bats in one half of the games.
Come on now, get ahead of him.
Strike him out.
And all the rest of the time he's sitting on the bench.
No balls in one strike.
Not really.
You pull a fastball like that,
adding too much
you got to tell yourself to
team
slow it down a little bit, play more gap to gap, and keep that front shoulder square, pointed towards the pitcher. That'll keep everything on plane.
Counts even at 1-1 to Lewis Brinson.
Well,
1 run on 3 hits and no errors in the game.
He's gotten
for the
taken
Marlins.
twice, taken deep twice in spring training so far, so maybe not too much.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Misses for the second ball.
All right, thank you for dropping in, Christopher. Have a good night.
Come on, big dog, get your pitch.
Now the 2-1.
Braves are doing really well, and I think they are going to wind up on top in the National League East.
Hey, be patient, get yours.
I really don't think the Phils have it in them to keep up the pace
softly
they've
hit
got
to
going
right. Will
now.
that get down? Hernandez backs up and takes care of it. 2 away. Anthony Santander the next to bat. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Right here.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A ball and no strikes. One run on 3 hits and no errors in the game for the Marlins.
Moustakas? I don't know which team has a third baseman that really sucks.
Two balls and no strikes.
Not a great spot to be in right here, 2-0, but I'm not so sure why he's
I've
pitching
been
this
thinking
guy
for a while
so
that
cautiously.
Michael Franco's time as third baseman for the Phillies is
pitch
limited.
like this.
Hey, we got 2 here.
The 2-0.
But I'm not sure that
Is taken, strike 1.
Well, how'd you pitch, Tyrion?
Hey, you're
What
good.
were
You're
your
good right here.
stats?
Your pitch right here, kid. Let's go.
The 2-1 home. Takes a pitch for strike number 2.
Hey, plays the 1. Here we go.
Down the first baseline. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins, but they're on top 1-0.
Well, I mean, unless you're playing pro ball, and even if you're playing pro ball at some levels, you know, that's just
Next
the way it
for the
is.
Mets, Jason Parham. He's 0
Mistakes
for
are going
1
to be
thus
made.
far.
So, making the mistakes is the only way you're ever going to learn how to get better. So
Here's the pitch. Hit back up the middle.
try not to take it too
Throw to
personal,
first will
and
get him easily, and the side is
just
retired.
try to do the best you can
So
next
they get
time out.
3 runs on 2 base hits, with one of them being the big home run. Stepping up now, Tomas Nido. He'll start things out as we begin the 5th.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning. Every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? One pitch, one out, a pop-up to start the inning.
Coming to the plate now, the pitcher for the Marlins, Justin Nicolino.
How many innings pitched, Tyrion?
Hey, let's go right here.
First pitch on its way. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
These are huge innings for a team's morale. The pitcher wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up and get the boys back swinging the bats again with a chance to capitalize and even extend this current lead.
Well, without knowing what your league average ERA is and all the other stats on it, I can't calculate your FIP for you. But 2 walks and 6 strikeouts is really good. I'm guessing that's like an ERA or an FIP on the day of like
and there's
2 or
pitch that
2.5
just
or
misses
so.
the inside corner. A 1-1. Sinking line drive out to right center, and the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
No runner, no runner. Good, hold.
Good piece right there.
You know, D-Row, coming from a guy that made his living throwing a baseball, anytime a pitcher gets a base hit, I know that wasn't hit hard, but it's going to go down as a bullet in the scorebook.
Yeah, 100%. I know it's frustrating to watch the opposing pitcher get a knock, kind of the knock you expected. But you know what? He put the ball in play, and now he causes a problem.
There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. From the belt, the pitch, and it's 1-1.
That's inside. Hey, get your pitch here, square it up. Hey, your pitch, drive it deep, huh? Here you go.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Nicolino, base runner at first with 1 out. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
1 out. Good one right here. You got 1.
The 3-1 pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
Yeah, that 21 speed and 0 steal. Yeah, I'm real worried about him.
He's set. Here's the 3-2 on a rope to the second baseman. And it got there so quickly the runner didn't get very far from the bag. They settle with just the 1 out.
Yeah, Zachariah. They signed Alex Cobb for their 5th pitcher. They signed Cesar Hernandez from the Yankees as their 2nd baseman.
Get your pitch.
In now, JT Riddle, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1.
They got
He's
JT
0 for
Real
2 in the
Muto
ballgame
for catcher,
so
so Jason's got an old buddy on his team again.
Hey, come on now.
0-1 count and the pitch. Line
in
to
the
right
game, the
side.
steal stat means
He leaps, but he can't
nice
get it. It's
attempt,
down
I
for
guess.
extra bases.
The steal stat means their
Nicolino
aggressiveness in
rounds
base
third and is
stealing.
digging for the
So
plate. Now it's cut off. A throw to the
means
plate.
how likely
but
they are
this
to
won't be
attempt
in
to
time
steal.
as he's well safe and the run scores.
When it left the bat, I thought the outfielder had a beat on it. Gave it a heck of an effort, going high for it, but he just can't bring it down. The run came across to score, and he's safely at second, hoping his teammates can return the favor.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Cold strike at the letters. 0-1.
All right, come on now, 1 time. Let it fly.
Hey, come on, guys. Let's go. We got to hold him right here.
Now the big overhand curveball makes him swing and miss.
Offered at that breaking ball below the zone, and that's a tough one to spit on. But the key is recognizing it coming out of the pitcher's hand earlier and making sure that it goes up before it comes down. Need to be a hanger when that's the case.
Barehanded on the move. It's late. He's safe. That was a phenomenal stop,
Jay.
but it winds up a base hit, and the inning continues.
Now batting.
So striding in, Brian Anderson, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90
Having
feet
trouble
away
pitching in
third.
real life or in MLB The Show?
Fastball, but it's low, 1-0.
Here we go, guys.
Hey, come on now, one time right here.
Fastball misses badly there, and he's behind 2-0.
His pitch count is getting up there in the inning now. He needs to get this frame over with sooner than later, so forcing contact and getting the defense involved is probably the best thing he can do.
3-0 now.
I mean, I'm not sure kind of what to tell you. You don't want to pitch the same thing too many times in a row. You want to vary up your spots. You know, you want to vary height and whether or not you throw to the inside or outside of the plate. Mix up your speeds.
All right, one time right here. Big hit
Don't
right
get
here.
fixated on pitching
And he
strikes
gets this
because
fastball
you
over,
can
back
get
to
swings and
3-1
misses on
now.
stuff outside the zone.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
And he
Or
misses
you
with
can
it
do
for
that.
ball 4. So the
All right,
bases
Tyrion,
will
have a
be
good
loaded
night.
now with
Thanks for
2
dropping
away.
by.
Wow, you know he's not happy with that call. When it crossed the plate, it sure looked like a strike to me. Seemed to catch a ton of the plate. That's a tough way to give up a walk, but he's got to put it behind him now.
Hey, let her rip,
The
let her rip.
batter, number 13, second baseman,
Get a good pitch right here. Here we go.
Castro.
Hey, now, we've got 2.
Here's Starlin Castro. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1.
Hey, come on now, one time right here. Meet me right here, kid.
Yeah, we've been in this spot
Come
before.
on, baby. See it, drive it. Let's go.
Drilled down the line.
The question, as ever,
This will
is
get
how
fouled
clutch are
for
we?
Strike 2. Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Here's a drive toward the
Not
gap
very
in right
clutch.
center, and that's going to split
screwed
the
that
alley
one
for
up real
extra
bad.
bases. 1 run scores.
Oh, bases clearing double.
In to score
Oops.
is the runner from first. Now a 5-3 game.
As a manager, you have to give your starter every opportunity to work his way out of trouble, but I think they went with him maybe one batter too long. The bases loaded double blows this thing wide
And that's
open,
Jason
and the starter's probably on his last legs now.
Zach Wheeler. Well, the man you see right there had a game to be proud of. He really came through when it mattered, and he's our top player of the game.
It wasn't a huge offensive day for him. He only had 1 hit, but he definitely made it count. Put one out of here that ended up being a really important swing of the bat in this one.
A 1-run game, 6-5 the final today. New York.
I'm just grateful that Jason hasn't given up the grand salami himself.
Is credited with the win, so that'll just about do.
It's going to happen at some point. I know it's going to happen at some point, so it's just a matter of time. But still, I can be grateful that it hadn't happened yet. Yeah, it was the Marlins game. He gave up a fly ball to, bases loaded, fly ball to the warning track. It was almost gone.
Jason Parham will come on to make his 9th appearance already here this spring.
Jason Parham.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point. First offering on its way. Pulled high in the air out to left field.
Big Daddy Quackenbush
makes the play, 1 away.
.610, only 180 pounds. That's a beanpole.
Tyler
like
White
Aaron Judge.
He singled in 2 trips to the plate.
I'm pretty sure he weighs more than 180.
White.
Warming up will allow you to increase the confidence level of your individual pitches.
First delivery to him on the way.
So, say if you really want to use your slider or your changeup or whatever, you can warm up by throwing a bunch of changeups into the zone,
round pick
and that'll increase your confidence level.
2018.
What an absolute steal. I mean, this guy has gotten a lot of people some big raises in the organization. To be drafted as low as he was.
Hello, Hagen. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for dropping in.
Superstars in our sport. I am very impressed with what this guy's been able to accomplish.
And he will recover in time to get it over to first. Nicely done there as they record the second out. And with that play over now, time to check and see if our man is all right. You can really see him favoring that leg. And that is his plant leg, which is always a concern. But
walk it
the
up,
way
Jay.
He's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay to try and continue. Ready for another shot now. Vaughn Sherman. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors in the ballgame.
I can actually tell you that for
point.
sure. In his entire career, counting the minors, he has hit a grand total of 12 people.
Sit down now, sit down.
And I think he's probably been hit
Fly
less
ball out
often
to
than
straightaway
that.
right. Peralta's under it, and that's the third out. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros, and it's still 3-1.
I don't know that I wasn't really into baseball when they were in the National League.
Paul Sewald gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Paul Sewald.
Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself.
Well,
it's not
technically,
easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win.
Jason has only hit like 11 people.
6-3, the final score today. New York came through late, taking the
Chris
lead in
Herman
the
of the
8th to
Diamondbacks
secure the
twice.
victory. Paul Sewald is the winning pitcher of record. So that's it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa.
But put another way, Jason has pitched something like, probably in the neighborhood of like 400 innings, and he's only hit like 12 people in all those times. So that ain't bad. Or if you prefer, he's faced over 2,000 batters and he's only hit people 12 times. So that's not bad either. There is a league average of batters hit. And I can tell you what it was for 2017 right now. There were 1,763 batters hit in 2017 in 43,257 innings pitched. So, on average, about 4% of the people who came to bat in the majors have gotten hit by a pitch in 2017. Meanwhile, it's actually closer to 500 innings that Jason has pitched. He's hit 12 people. So he's only hit 2.5% of the people that have come to the plate against him. Yeah, exactly. He needs to start bringing people and sending people to the hospital.
Today it's Grapefruit League action between the New York Mets and the St. Louis Cardinals. Now at the plate, Tommy Pham. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Tommy Pham.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Lays off 1-0.
Hey, nobody away. Here we go now. Let's go. Hey, let her fly. Let her fly right here.
Pham with an even 1-1 count now.
Hey, I don't blame him right there. Giving up on that inside curveball, little front hipper. That's a tough pitch. You just can't figure out where the point of contact should be.
Let her rip right here.
2 balls and a strike to the St. Louis leadoff hitter. The 2-1 home. Hit on the ground to short. Rosario's got it cleanly, and a good throw gets him 1 gone.
Good pitch right there to run the 2-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball as the result.
First baseman.
So stepping in, Jose Martinez, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Good night, Ryan. Thanks for dropping by.
And a curveball that time that broke too low. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate is Larry Bullard.
Hey, behind the dish, D-Row, Larry Bullard. Pretty standard guy, works it. The only problem I think at times hitters have a little bit difficult time. He'll give a little bit on that inside corner and outside corner. Not very consistent.
Yeah, but Larry's approachable. That's the one thing. If you turn around and say, is that as far as you're going on the outer half, he's usually going to tell you.
The 2-0 on the way. And that gets him on the mound.
Jason got beamed again.
Throw to first, but he's safe. And now the stadium's attention turns back to the man on the mound.
Hey, that's great hustle right
Got
there
right
out of
in
the
the
box.
kidneys
Not
this
everybody's
time.
getting it right out of the chute from step 1, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Row, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read.
I tried to beam somebody with the meat ball the other
You're
day.
thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
He's set, and the pitch. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1.
Got one here.
Matter of fact,
The 1-0. Fastball, and ooh, that ran in and
I didn't mean
drilled
to actually hit him.
Wow, you want your stars to get their work in during spring training.
That's
but
a dangerous
you don't want
one,
to see
too.
them get hit by a pitch.
Right.
Looks like no damage done.
Right
though.
between the shoulders. Frick. Got him.
The shortstop, Paul DeYoung.
So that brings in the power-hitting middle infielder, Paul
I mean, you
DeYoung.
can be sure when
1
Jason
ball,
comes
no
to bat,
strikes to count.
they're going to be coming for his head, too.
Hey, we got one here, guys. Hey, see it. Let's drive it.
Hey, come on, guys, let's go.
He's ready. Here's
No,
the 1-0.
and I think the only time I've ever actually hit somebody in the head as a pitcher
And that
has
is
been
into right
as
field,
a-
the base hit. And they will
my-
hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the
fastball
bases are loaded
from
with
last
1
year's
away.
game.
That's the only way to combat a nasty cutter. You have to find a way to fight and stay inside that baseball and drive it the other way.
0-1 the count. Martinez,
Yeah,
the
here
runner
we go
at third.
again.
Bogarts on second. DeYoung is over at first with 1 away. This is line to left.
right
Catch
at.
made in left. Here comes the runner for the plate. And not in time as the run scores.
Well, I mean, It's not the word.
Well,
not the end of the world.
Standard sac fly hit. It was hit
Not
pretty
ideal,
low and hard, so it wasn't a given they were going to send it. But they did, and they add a number to the run column.
Ready to deliver.
Kept
Here's
most
the
of
first
the guys
pitch.
on base today.
Line towards center field. Eaton is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. 2 hits here in the inning lead to a run for the Redbirds. Second inning upcoming here in Florida's baseball city. It's the Cardinals. So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. First offering on its way. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Yeah, let's try to avoid those
going
going
pitch right
forward.
there that this guy would like to have back. Very rarely.
Not good for the
you
ERA,
see a pitcher
not
of
good
this
for
quality
team morale.
throw one right down the middle, and boy, he took that one. He'd like to have that one back and be able to take a good hack at that pitch.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
Help yourself out here.
Hey, no outs now. All right, come on now. One time, let it fly.
Hit sharply toward the right side. But this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out. Stepping in for the Cardinals, Carson Kelly. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Carson Kelly.
One out.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
There we go, get it.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
All right, come after this one.
Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. We're in the
did
second
come
with the
after that
Redbirds
one.
holding a 1-0 lead.
That's a ball.
A ball and 2 strikes
One
now.
ball, 2 strikes. Hey, let's go, big fella.
And he'll try to get him fishing
I've never
there, but
tried
he won't
to.
offer in the dirt.
I
It's back
imagine
to
it
even
might
at
be.
2-2.
I think it's one of those kind of
Easy fly ball into shallow center
sort of
field.
events
And
on
that'll get
field.
down for a base hit.
That just reminds me of.
I mean, that has to frustrate the guy on the mound right there. You get him
clip
down
I saw one
0-2,
time.
no put away pitch, works the count back to neutral, and is able to mix in a base hit. Nice job.
Batting ninth, pitcher Carlos Martinez.
Get ahead right here. Hey, one away. One away.
Standing in now, Carlos Martinez. Now a bunt attempt here. Flip to the second baseman covering now for the out. Riding in once again, Tommy Pham. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. This is line to left. This is right to him in left as he hardly has to move as he handles it for the final out. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. We played 2 full. St. Louis. Next up for New York, Jason Parham.
Jay.
A matchup
You're
with
1 for
Carlos
4 on the
Martinez to
preseason.
lead off the inning.
Let's see if we can't get you another
First
base
pitch
hit.
of the at-bat. Swing and a miss
like
just
that.
behind a lively fastball.
Yeah, you attack the zone and get a swing and a miss that late on your first pitch fastball. Good chance he's coming right back with the same thing.
Good on the ground to third. Chapman's
And
got it.
unfortunately, that's not going to do it either.
Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. Ready for another chance? Jose Martinez as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a breaking ball stays outside.
I mean, I wouldn't advertise it as a feature, but I would sure put it into the game.
Your pitch right here. Let's go, kid.
One of those unwritten rule
now
kind
a
of
swing
things.
as he shoots this down the right field line. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases.
That's a double.
Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
When it left his bat, I thought it might curve foul, but he manages to squeak it just inside the right field line for a well-hit line drive double.
I mean, you know how
By
they
the
let you
right
get
fielder
the
tracked
home
it
run
down,
celebrations
he was
even when you're in
easily
an opposing park? I think you should be able to choose to do stuff like that, and that would raise the hidden index of the enemy pitcher, the opposing pitcher,
Like a big dog, right time.
He's set. Here it comes.
try to deliberately hit
Strike.
you with a pitch.
Hey, let her fly, let her fly. See, drive it right here. Come on, big. You're going, you're going, you're going. Take a look, take a look.
What do you mean, Zachariah?
You can do it.
Fly ball right down the line in left. Conforto is in pursuit, and he makes the catch in the corner. And this throw gets
for
away
Pete's sake.
from him.
I wasn't paying attention. I need to back that throw up. They do take the starting pitcher out, but like as spring training goes
Digging
on, they
in to
leave the
try it
starters
again.
in for longer and
Young.
longer.
A base hit in his first trip.
There was a game for the NES, which should give you some idea of how old of a guy you're talking about here.
Here we go, guys.
Here's
But
the first
the
pitch
game
to
was
him.
called Base Wars,
that
and
one
it was
just
all
missed
about
outside.
having cyborg, robots that played baseball, and you could equip them with like tank tread legs and energy sword arms and stuff. And unlike in real baseball,
Let it fly right here.
if you
1-0
tried to
delivery.
steal or you
And
got
a fastball
tagged
just
on a
a bit
base,
up.
you could actually fight it out
now,
with the
and
enemy.
This is where he makes his
with the
money.
opposing
If he
player's
gets a pitch to
fielder
Hackett, you can
to
bet
see if you
he's
could
not
make
going
it
to hold
safely
back.
or if you were out.
Let her rip.
Drive it.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Martinez leads off second with one gone in the inning.
Drive that pitch, huh? Here you go. Come on, let it fly right here.
Pause, now the pitch. 3-1.
Hey, you can do it. No one bet. Let's go.
The 3-1 is in there for the second strike.
Love the fact the pitcher challenged him in that spot right there. Didn't love the location, but I got
Got him.
Ooh, struck him out.
It's
Change
never a good
the
look to
channel,
strike out
sir.
looking,
You
but
just
it's
got
way
caught
worse when you
looking.
do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
The left fielder, number 23, Marcell Ozuna.
Come on, biggin.
Here's Marcell Ozuna.
Well, don't get too happy yet,
Popped him
because
up. Ibarra in foul ground. And
Jay
this
still
is gonna
has
get
one
down.
more
It's a
out to get
foul
in this
ball.
inning, and then
Hit
he's
it
probably
hard,
got
but
another 2 or 3
lined out in
innings
his
left to
first
go.
at bat.
Come on, big dog, get your pitch.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
There's a
Changeup
swing
gets him
and
out in
miss.
front for strike 2.
Hey, 2 tough pitches right there, and expect more of the same with that guy standing out on second base.
One time right here.
There's another
swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Back-to-back strikeouts keep them out of danger.
I can't use it
Back
for
with more from the
like copyright
League
reasons
after this.
But it's definitely Asia's Who Will Stop the Rain.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Hunter Renfroe hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Hunter Renfroe.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
These are huge innings for a team's morale. The pitcher wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up and get the boys back swinging the bats again with a chance to capitalize and even extend this current lead.
A ball and a strike.
Hey, here we go.
Be patient. Get your pitch, huh?
Hey, let's go, big fella. Hit your pitch. Drive it right now.
The 1-2 is taken for ball 2.
I mean, I can use it, but like because of the way YouTube searches its videos for like content that matches things that are copyrighted, if I were to use that music in one of my videos, it would probably result in
so he stays alive with 2 strikes.
me either getting the video monetized by the copyright holders, meaning that I could never get ad revenue from it, or
into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch.
It might even lead to me getting a copyright strike, meaning that my account would no longer be in good standing, and I would lose some benefits and privileges of being a YouTuber.
Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
And you're welcome, Dia. I really like his stuff. Unfortunately, it seems like he's changed his material so that it's no longer Creative Commons. So, for the reasons I just explained, I can't use it without him getting my ad money on those videos.
Rip it. Here you go. Nice now, Matt. Nice
First
now.
delivery to him on the way.
Here we go.
And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
That sax is so sexy, but unfortunately it's also monetized.
Hey, have a rip, kid. Here you go.
The 1-0 home is looked at for ball number 2.
Hey, your pitch, your pitch.
Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And this is going to find its way into left for a 1-out knock. Digging in now, Carson Kelly. He singled his last time up.
Carson Kelly.
Hey, good one. Hey, one away.
Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is.
Yeah, granted.
And there's his strike right down the heart of the plate. 0-1. Kelly stands 6'2" as you see him in the right-handed box. This is his sixth
this kind of
season for him in the big leagues.
little tiny bit on the scummy side to have made it available for, you know, royalty free, but like to then take that away.
And the 0-1. High in the air out to center field. Eaton's able to put this one
but
away,
like, I
and
don't
that's out
hold it
number
against
2.
him necessarily. You know, it's his music, and if he wants to try to make money off of it, I have no
now
problems
is the
with it.
Cardinals
It's just
pitcher,
if I want to try to
Carlos
make money
Martinez,
off of my
did his
videos,
job and laid down the successful sac bunt in his
it makes
first
it harder
appearance.
for me to use his stuff. That's all.
All right, come on now.
Here comes the first pitch. Takes a look
And just
at
so
one
we're clear,
catching
I
the
am
outside
still
corner.
insistent that I don't want to do YouTube as like a full-time jobby. But given the opportunity to get some monetization on my videos, I'm definitely going to take it, go for that.
The 0-1 delivery. This is flared out towards second.
Oh,
Leaps
wow.
and makes
Nice
a
jump.
terrific catch. And with that,
Good
the side
ups.
is retired. A
Cesar
ball ticketed
Hernandez.
for right center, but the ticket is revoked as he goes up to pull this one down. More spring training baseball from Florida following this.
Yeah, Kevin McLeod's stuff is good. It's just the main problem I have with it is that
Next
all
for
his
the
pieces
Mets,
are so damn
Jason
short.
Parham, 0 for
They're
1
like
for him here in this
1
one.
or 2 minutes a piece, and I usually need something more like 3, 4, 5 minutes.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Oh,
High
popped it.
pop up.
Dang.
Martinez is there.
Shoot.
2 down. And now back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Stepping in, Tommy Pham. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon. Here's the first pitch to him. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
Hey, one time right here. Here we go, guys.
2 balls and no strikes to the Cardinals center fielder.
Drive it. Let's go, kid.
Drilled to the left side. And that's through for a hit. So the leadoff man reaches in their half of the 5th.
That's the cat and mouse of the game right there. You find yourself count leverage. You think you're getting a heater. He throws an off-speed pitch and you're still able to execute. That fires me up right there.
Stepping up now, Jose Martinez. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. From the stretch. And that one stayed too low, apparently. 5th inning, 2-1 our score.
Hey, let her rip. One time.
Welcome back,
A
Cam.
ball and a strike to the Cardinals first baseman.
Let's turn it. Come on now. Hey, can't see it.
A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Another slow breaking ball that misses down low.
Come on, big guy. One time. Here you go. Go.
Not huge, I don't think.
Hey, have a rip at it.
Now
up
the
there,
2-1 pitch. Right. That's through. Another base hit for him. He's 3 for 3. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
You know, as a former infielder, Danny, they always say you can't be in 2 places at once, but you got to be a little frustrated right
This
here
is
to
a
that
big
ball down the hole.
opportunity for
That's a
them.
tough thing. You make a quality pitch and a guy shoots one through the right side, normally a vacated spot right there. 9 out of 10 times somebody's there to make that play. Unfortunately not, and now we've got a couple of guys on.
Peralta is over near the stands as he makes the catch for the first down. And he is in there.
We'll see if moving up to third pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and
I
go
mean,
for
I'm not
third, but now
necessarily
he can score a
disagreeing with
lot
you
of
either.
different ways. Doesn't have to be a hit.
Now the Cardinals number 4
I feel like
hitter,
Meaty has a
Young,
little more
as
charisma,
he's got
perhaps.
a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
One down now, one down.
Meatball is the bad boy, the Norse god of relief pitching. Jason is just some generic white guy.
And a curveball that started low and broke lower, ball 1. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
With 2 strikes and the runners at the corners, this is a big or a double play ball to help you get out of this thing.
He'll go to the bag for 1. On to
All right,
first
double
as
play
they
got
get
us
the double
out
play
of
to get him out of the
the
inning.
inning.
So it's no run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. 5 innings complete. It's the Mets 2 and the Cardinals 1. Steven Matz will come on and pitch for the 7th time here this spring.
It's always nice to give your fans at home something to cheer about, and they definitely did that right here, coming through with the big win at home.
4-2 the final score today. The Redbirds jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back.
Yeah, Jason got blown up for a 3-run double. Well, it looks like Jason has about one more appearance, maybe 2, left in spring training, so gonna go ahead and finish that off, and then I think that'll do it for this session of Jason Parham tonight. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have the energy to do any meaty tonight. I will probably do at least one, like, greatest hits of Meatball.
Jason Parham
just
enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 18, Jason Parham.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Tommy Pham. He'll lead off for the Redbirds here in their half of the 6th inning. First pitch coming, here it is. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1.
Let's go, kid. One time, right here. And nobody away.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1.
Yep, we are coming to the end of spring training.
2 balls and a strike to the St. Louis leadoff hitter.
When you've got a guy that throws a good 2-seam fastball, you have to be ready for him to try to run it inside and jam you. Good job to lay off that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again.
All right, Dia, have a great evening.
Rounded
Thanks for
back
dropping
up
by.
the middle. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch,
pretty wild,
the ball's
Raga.
going to find a hole somewhere. That one right
I
up the middle.
Didn't see Pizza jump into the chat at all
Digging
tonight,
in and looking
so
for
I don't
more,
think
Jose
so.
Martinez. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Jose Martinez.
Again, I hope he's all right, but like I haven't seen or heard from him at all.
Hey, here we go. Hey, find a gap, kid. Find
Ready
a
with
gap.
the first pitch. Here it comes. On its tailor-made to short. 6,
You betcha.
4, 3, and they turn the double play.
Well, they got the tying run on base, but one ground ball later, and it's gone. He's going to be frustrated with himself after that.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. No one on base for him after the double play.
Yeah, Matt, that 2-ball really changed the complexion of this inning. It looked like the middle of the...
And the
Get
throw to
me
first
outta
is
here.
there. The inning is over. 1 hit in the inning, but that gets erased. 7th inning coming up. It's the Mets 3 and the Cardinals 2. Ruben Street is up off the bench as he'll pinch hit here to start inning number 7.
Ruben Street.
Well, that's just a great job of
Have a good night,
battling
Raga.
on the road.
Thanks
They
for dropping
fought
by.
all the way to the end, took the lead in the top of the 9th, and secured the W in the bottom half. That's a great team win.
Double play and an easy out at first.
Jason Parham takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 18, Jason Parham.
Digging in once again, Jed Jerko. A hit in 2 tries for him so far.
Jed Jerko.
Here we go, baby. Find a good pitch.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Line down the left field line. But this will be foul. The windup and the 0-1. Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1.
Yeah, they just need somebody to eat an inning or two, so why not call on Jason Parham?
In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
You know, from an offensive standpoint, they already knew they had their work cut out for him against a great pitcher.
Nobody out now.
And he looks at a cold strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1.
Get comfortable.
In now for Washington, Alfonso Vasquez, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
Great spot with that pitch down and away. He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep hitting that spot.
Come on, baby. Speed up, drive.
Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate.
Let it rip right here. Let's go.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals.
Hey, get your pitch right up there, huh? Let's go, kid.
Well, I don't know what any of that means, but good evening to you.
The 1-2 is laid off for ball 2.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try. Him anymore.
Pulled toward right center field.
Ball, ball, ball.
Peralta is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Victor Robles, 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far.
No, I never walk 3 people so I can get the quad out.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
On the Rangers,
one of those guys
right?
that just seems to be at his best under pressure. Runners in scoring position, tight game, tough hitters at the plate. That's when he's at his best.
One of the keys, Matty V, to being a good reliever is being able to pitch out of trouble. Trouble that's created by the pitchers before you, or sometimes you even have some mess that you put on yourself. Hey, regardless if it's a mess that he's inherited or one that he's created for himself, this guy makes good pitches.
He's been having a pretty good year this year.
Hey, you got it. No one better. Let's go.
Now a check swing, but that's in there for strike 3 anyway, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Washington, but they're on top by a count of 3-0.
Welcome back, Bo. Kind of coming in on the tail end of things.
Ruben
we only have one more game to go.
He'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6.
Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this win.
An outfielder for the Rangers.
The final score tonight, the Washington Nationals jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Max Scherzer gets the W on the mound, so that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. From
No, hopefully I'm back on. I think we're back on. The Mets have had a above 500 spring training.
MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today, a spring training
and they can't
matchup
take that
between the
away
Baltimore Orioles and the New York Mets. So striding in, Kevin Lane. And we are ready for some daytime baseball.
How can you not be guaranteed the World Series with Jason Parham on the mound?
First delivery to him on the way. And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, come on, big dog. Get your pitch.
The 0-1 on its way.
Fly because his arm
right
would
down
fall
the line
off,
and left. And this will fall, but it's a foul ball.
Have a good night, Kelly. Thank you for dropping by.
Big guy, see it. Drive it right here.
Hey, let's go. Now you got this.
I mean, we can go back to the days of, like,
and this is taken for a
free pitcher
third
rotation
and
pitching on 3 days rest.
To open up the ball game.
But you'd see a lot more Tommy John surgeries.
Coming to the plate now, Whit Merrifield, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Whit Merrifield.
Hey, we got one here.
You know,
Here
it's
comes
funny.
the first pitch.
They don't have a
nowhere
mechanism
close as
to
that bounces to
simulate
the plate for
Pat
ball one.
Venditti, who is Major League Baseball's first ambidextrous pitcher. The guy who can throw both left and right-handed.
Plays that first. Plays that first.
Hey, let her rip here.
But in MLB The Show 18, it's trivial to go into your options and just switch your pitcher from left-handed to right-handed. Matter of fact, I might switch Meaty
there's
from a
a pitch that
left-hander
just
to a
misses the
right-hander for
inside
a
corner.
game or two just to show
I
that
think
it's
that's
possible.
a great spot for that pitch in on the hands. It wasn't a strike, but if he can command the movement in there, he's going to be very effective in this one.
Now the big overhand curveball makes him swing and miss. And there are the umpires working this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Patrick Johnson.
You know, D-Roll, Patty Johnson, decent strike zone, but isn't always super consistent. I think that's one of the things that irritates players and pitchers.
Yeah, you're going to see a few glares, not only from the offensive guys, but maybe the guy on the mound as well. He needs to be a little bit more consistent. Hey, guys, that's the danger of falling behind in the show. You miss over the harder to plate with count leverage, you're going to pay for it.
Batting third, left fielder, Trey Mancini.
And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini, as the first pitch to him is in there for a
I mean, the
called strike
NFL
one.
has a rule about how you can kick a football that was discriminatory against that one kicker
Before the
that had
0-1, he'll check on
was
first.
missing most of his
And
foot
he'll get dirty, but he's back in
and had the
safely.
special kicking boot made.
Hey, come on, let the big dog eat, buddy.
Hey, have a rip up there right
Yeah,
now.
that guy.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And it'll fade just at the end and winds up a long foul ball.
Yeah, he was setting records.
I know it's a
That's
guessing
for damn
game,
sure.
but usually when you flip that late right there, that was right in the wheelhouse.
Dude, have
And
a
he
seat and
struck
get
him out.
comfortable.
In now for the O's, Justin Upton. He'll get to take his first cuts
Center
here.
fielder, number 9, Justin Upton.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Nope.
And a fastball just a bit up.
Come on, big guy, see it. Drive
I
it
don't
right
remember
here.
where Pat Venditti is right now.
Upton waiting, now the 1-0. There's a strike.
Stand up there, huh?
Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a two-seamer, and the inning is over. One left for the Orioles. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game.
Pat Venditti was optioned to AAA Oklahoma City on Friday.
Stepping into the box, Derek Dietrich.
As of today.
It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up to kick off the second
He had been on the Major League roster, but he got optioned back down. So, sucks to be him.
Here we go.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fouled off.
It's a hard life being an amphibious pitcher.
The 0-1. Hit hard on the ground to second. Hernandez comes up with it. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second. Ready now for Baltimore, Tim Beckham.
Yeah, but how many other sports actually have like farm systems? I mean, like the NFL, the NBA has
swinging bunt up the line, but it's foul.
The D League or the G League or whatever they're calling it now.
The windup,
like the
and
NFL doesn't have anything like that.
And
NHL doesn't have anything like
outside.
that. Major League Soccer doesn't have anything like that.
Hey, play for one now.
The 1-1 is strike two swinging.
He doesn't have a big fastball, but he was able to get that pitch by him.
And Matt, that's 100% a result of setting up with the off-speed pitches before it. If you're not a hard thrower, you could still have some success, but you have to learn how to mix speeds and set everything up. That was a nice job right there.
And that'll split
I mean,
the
in
gap
some
as it should
senses,
be
college is
around first is
developmental
Beckham on his way to
for
second.
NFL talent. But
And he's in there easily at second with a one-out double.
As a hitter, the only feeling better than hitting a bomb is driving one into the gap like that. He hustled out of the box knowing he was guaranteed a double, but I think he had thoughts of maybe a triple if the outfielder hadn't gotten it back in right away.
Yeah, there really wasn't any question about that one going for extra bases off the bat. In there at the knees, strike one.
Hey, let it fly. Let's go right here.
Here comes the pitch for Garcia. Popped him up. Here comes Peralta.
Oh my God, what the hell, first base? Put some effort into it.
Grass. And the tying run comes around to score from second. It's 1-1.
Somebody's going to be icing their thumbs after this game. That's a jam sandwich, but able to mix in a knock.
Coming to the plate now, Andrew Susak. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. Swing and a line drive to left.
Oof.
And that finds some outfield grass. Hits a base hit. The relay. Throw won't get him.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting this baseball back.
Standing in now with runners in scoring position, Kevin Gossman.
Hung that one.
And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. First pitch on its way. Oh, right back to him on the mound. And the flip will get him at first. And oh boy, a missed opportunity there as both runners are forced to hold, and there are 2 away now. Digging in to try it again, Kevin Lane. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch. Line drive to center field. And that's in there. Base hit. And not in time as the run scores. A tag, and they get him at the plate as 1 run scores, but not the second.
I mean, in theory,
so 2 runs
you can get away with it,
here.
but
No
like
errors,
in practice,
and 1 man left on base.
The whole point of curveball is to give him a ball
the
that
Orioles are
they
on top,
think is going to be coming in on a good angle and then just
with
drops off.
Merrifield next to hit.
But like
He'll
if you
lead
hang
things
him
off
one
here in this 1-run contest.
Unless you're giving them something that's really slow, like an ephus pitch, they just can time it and turn on it.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A called strike over the outside corner.
Here we go, guys.
Yeah, come on now, big guy.
Hey, we got nobody.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he fouls this one off.
Well, I mean, like, just for memes, I'm willing to try it.
Fly right here.
But, like, generally speaking, this is, like, don't try this at home, kids.
And he got him.
You hear that phrase, climb the ladder, all the time, and that's pretty much what he did right there. When you change the hitter's eye level with each pitch in that at-bat, it becomes very hard for him to adjust and put the bat on the ball. He made that strikeout look real easy.
Up next for the Orioles, left fielder.
Into the box now, Trey Mancini. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. First time up, he went down looking.
1 out. 1 out.
Hey, come on, big guy, get your pitch.
Now the 1-0 is looked at for the first strike.
Look out. 1 and 1. Here we go, guys.
Undefeated, never lost.
Hey, good one up there, huh?
Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. You still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
All right, come on now. 1 time. Let it fly.
The 1-2 is in off the plate.
Not on that one.
Interesting sequence of pitches right there. A real ugly swing on a ball away, and it looks like the batter has a much better idea of what he's looking for after that second pitch.
Line towards center field. Eaton is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. Striding in once again, Justin Upton. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Justin Upton.
Hey, we got 2 here. Get yours right here, huh? Drive it up there.
First pitch on its way to Upton.
That's up, straight
Popped
up,
him up. Real Muto
One
is
pitch,
right
one out.
there. And
Not a problem.
that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Next for the Mets, Jason Parham will step in to start things out here against Kevin Gausman.
Yourself with the bat this spring.
Ready to deliver.
Let's do
Here's
better.
the first pitch. Pitch is
That's not
popped up,
better.
and this is going to wind up a foul ball.
Come on, big guy.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he misses with it. 1-1.
Splitter, though.
Come on, fellas, let's go. Hey, get your pitch up there and do something with it. Let's go. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. And he'll pounce on this quickly to tag him
Defensive
out.
interference. Call it.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Derek Dietrich. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Dietrich.
Hey, here we go. You got this.
Here it comes. A cold strike on the inside corner.
Hey, get a good one. Get him down.
Come on, big guy, get your pitch, huh?
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And this will be fouled away.
Hey, let's go, big fella. He's right here.
The next 0-2 is taken for ball 1.
He's been pounding his zone with nothing but strikes, but that's an amazing take right there. You start getting into that auto swing mode when you...
Fastball got him looking.
3 call.
As that had 2-seam action on it. 1 gone. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Tim Beckham. He scored a run after stroking a double in his first at bat.
Go right now, fellas, right now.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now a swing and a fly ball. But no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. Here's the 0-1. Hit on the ground out to short.
Easy peasy.
Throw to first takes care of Beckham for the second out of the inning.
I was going to try to do something
right there
cute
to run the two-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball is the result.
Hey, get your pitch, stay through it. Let's go. Drive.
Now batting, right fielder, Avisail.
So here is Avisail Garcia as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up.
I don't like this placement, but it's too late now.
And that one stayed up a little high.
Where's the first now?
Hey, you can do it. No one better. Start it up.
The 1-2. Grounder down the line at third. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2.
Hey, have a rip at it up there, huh?
Hey, let it fly up there, huh?
The 1-2. A little bouncer, but it gets fouled.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
Now a
Watch your
fastball,
dome,
but
buddy.
that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. Fourth inning of a
Known to
2-1
seriously harm
ball game.
people. Ah, what the hell? It's the last game of preseason. Might as well have some meanies.
Hey, see you drive it right back to the pitcher, huh, now?
On the 8th pitch
Well,
of the at-bat
I mean,
is the
if
one that
it's
finally
stupid, but
does
it
it
works,
as he
then it's
wears
not
him
stupid.
down, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They lead it 2-1.
That one got a swing and a miss. So
ready for another
yeah.
chance. Andrew Susak. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
I've always wanted to have an eephus pitcher.
Let's go now. No outs here.
First delivery to him on the way. No balls and a strike to count.
Hey, come on now. Here we go. Let's do it, guys.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Missed with a breaking ball.
That curveball stayed up in the zone. You'll see that often early in the game where a pitcher's trying to find that release point, particularly with his off-speed pitches. We'll have to keep an eye on him, see if he's able to settle down as this game moves on.
Come on, big dog, get your pitch.
The 1-2 is a swing and a miss.
That's
strike
and that's
3.
a little more conventional one.
Nice two-seam fastball there. You don't usually see a lot of swings and misses with that pitch unless it's really moving. So that one must have had some real good late life.
Kevin Dossman.
First pitch on its way. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
See you drive it like you can. Let's go. Hey, get it yourself right here.
Got it.
And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game.
Change the channel, sir.
That's
you just got caught looking.
And he's really starting to rack them up now, guys. I've got 8 strikeouts in my scorebook for him now, so he's got good stuff.
Second baseman, Kevin Lane.
Get your pitch. Wait for a good one.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
I don't mind the aggressiveness right there. He was definitely trying to get the head to a fastball. He pulled the string on that one. He's going to have to stay back a little bit longer.
A softly hit
Yeah,
ball
he's
here,
on
foul
fire
off to the left side, and it's strike 2
against
now.
If you're going to get a swing on a fastball that far in off the plate, I think you got to go right back in there or bounce something soft down and away.
Hey, see it, drive it.
No, Jason's two-seam is at like 93, 92.
And he's got himself another one.
And I believe I just struck out the side.
Number 9 here, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. We're back with more from the Grapefruit League after this. The pitcher, Jason Parham, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed
Yeah,
on
the ladies
right here.
love him, but they won't love him as much
Here's
as
the
they
first
love
pitch
this
to
pitcher
him.
triple coming up.
Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
In a double play situation, that's the location you want a guy to swing at. More than likely, he's going to beat it into the ground.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch.
Oh,
That's a tough
blue.
take.
Why can't I get some of those?
Drive it like you can.
Doing me dirty.
Hey, you got it. No one better.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that one just missed outside.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
The 1-2 gets him looking at the knees for the strikeout.
Oh, well.
Man, that was definitely a hard-earned victory, but
We
that's
did
what's
our
going to make
best.
it even more satisfying.
And it wasn't
take
even
in
us that
12
lost that
innings
one. It
on
was
the road, and it's all
that
smiles
darn
now.
old Chris
5-3, the final score in this afternoon.
I don't know. Okay, folks, well, that's the end of spring training for Jason Parham. So, time to go to the regular season. Quickly take a look at what the what our roster looks like for the regular season. So we got Cesar Hernandez at second, Adam Eaton at center field, Mason Ibarra at first, Michael Conforto at left field, Kyle Seager at third, Steven Souza Jr. at right field, Brandon Nimmo as DH, Eugenio Suarez as shortstop, and JT Realmuto at catcher, with Gavin Cecchini, Jake Marisnik, and Kevin Plawecki, and Juan Lagares on our bench. Then for the rotation, we got Jacob deGrom, Jason Parham at number 2, Robert Zellman, Steven Matz, and Chris Flexen in the rotation, with Seth Lugo, Paul Sewell, Hansel Robles, Kenny Wood, Daryl Kaufman, Derek Randolph, and Carson Smith in the bullpen. And I'm sorry, fellas, but I think that's about it for me tonight. Just been a bit of a long night. And yeah, Jason is a 21-year-old pitcher, starting pitcher at 85 overall. So I don't know if this is going to be the year for Jason, but you got to be you can be sure that he is going to be making some serious earthquakes in the MLB in the years to come. So that's going to do it for me tonight. So until next time, I'm Tyrant Saber, and I will see you at the ballpark.